What's happening with y'all players and playettes? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy 100 and we back, and I'm finna watch this video talking about Polo G. Say the criminal history of Polo G. Now I wasn't even knowing Polo G was on none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know you rap about like, you know what I'm saying? I know he rapping about it, but I ain't never heard nobody talk about like no real criminal history, no real past for real, for real. Or maybe I'm just sleep. Maybe I ain't dove deep. But I'm gonna see what this video talking about. I'm gonna see what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes
Maybe
accomplishing
my
your work
dog a
goals
real
easier.
hoodlum out here.
Get full sense.
Polo G is one of the hottest artists in the rap game
Polo
right now,
G.
but having Billboard hits can't save you from the police. The rapper was recently arrested after a show in Miami for allegedly resisting arrest and fighting with a police officer. Let's take a look at the career and criminal history of Polo G up to this point and break down what really happened in Miami. Polo G grew up in the Marshall Field Garden Apartments of North Chicago. He was the second of 4 children and has 2 sisters and a brother. Polo came from a musical family, and both his mother and his older sister were talented singers. He started rapping at age 9, and growing up, he was inspired by artists like Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, Tupac, as well as Chicago artists like G Herbo and Chief Keef. Early on, Polo did his best to stay out of trouble, but growing up in the wild area of North Chicago, that became harder and harder as he got older. He grew up with both of his parents, and his mother tried hard to keep him away from the streets and focused on positive things like basketball and school. But he grew up just down the street from the Cabrini Green Homes, one of the roughest housing projects in all of Chicago, so it was only a matter of time before he got sucked into the streets. In high school, he always got into fights and was kicked out of 2 different schools. When he was 15, one of his close friends, T. Gucci, was killed, which hit him hard. In an interview, Polo said that Gucci's death changed his whole outlook on life.
That really like messed up my understanding. Like I ain't understand like how I'm only 15, my homie only 16 years old, and he, you feel me, died to gunfire. Like it really messed up my understanding.
And after that, he decided to get serious about his passion for music. But being a teenager with no other skills except rapping, Polo quickly realized that he needed a source of income to pay for the studio time. This is when he started hustling so he could support his dream and take it to the next level. One night, he snuck out of his house and went to a studio where he recorded his first few tracks. He started releasing music under the name Polo G after his favorite fashion brand and his dead homie Gucci. After graduating from high school, he briefly considered going to school for broadcasting. He planned on going to Lincoln University, then transferring to Clark Atlanta University. He wanted to attend an HBCU and become a sports broadcaster like Stephen A. Smith, but his passion for music
My dog was trying to be a sports broadcaster.
was too strong, and he decided to stay in Chicago instead to focus on his rap career. He started releasing visuals to go along with his music, which earned him fans outside of his own hood. But as he started gaining more attention for his music, he also started getting deeper into the streets. While he would start achieving his rap dreams, he would also be in and out of jail for selling drugs and stealing cars. He wouldn't catch any serious cases, but he kept getting arrested back to back as he was trying to blow up with his music. On January 1st, 2018, Polo was involved in a car theft and high-speed chase with the police. He was in a stolen car with some of his friends when the cops tried to pull them over. They would end up crashing the car and all got arrested. Around that time, he also started abusing drugs like Xanax and ecstasy and has said that they were the only things that made him feel alive. Growing up in a neighborhood full of crime, poverty, and violence, plus struggling to make it as a rapper, all took a toll on him. So he turned to drugs to cope with that. But he also kept dropping music and his numbers just kept going up and up. He dropped a remix to the Lil Durk and G Herbo song Never Cared in 2018, which quickly went viral, getting more than 1 million views on YouTube. This track gained him a fan base all around Chicago, and rumors started that Polo G was going to be the next rapper to make it out of the city. But before he could really start to enjoy his success, he would get locked up again and serve some time in Cook County Jail. This made him really start rethinking his decisions because while his name was hot in the streets, he was behind bars, unable to capitalize off the success of his music.
That'd be the worst. Nigga blow up. Nigga popping. Go to jail and gotta sit. Your name buzzing, you just sitting, just, you know what I'm saying? Just looking lame.
He spent this time writing more music and planning out his career path while locked up. This is when he started to adopt a more melodic flow that was different from the drill sound he previously had. After getting out of jail, he would hit the ground running and record some of the music he had worked on while locked up. He linked up with his old engineer, DJ Ayo, who had started making beats while Polo was in jail. He recorded one of the songs he wrote in jail over one of Ayo's beats, which seemed to flow perfectly. That track will become Polo's breakout hit called Finer Things. He dropped the video of the song in August 2018, and it got over 250,000 views in the first week. Finer Things brought his career to the next level, and he started getting requests for interviews and shows. But he knew that his career has to be strategic, or else he would end up as another one-hit wonder. He did have the city behind him, but he also only had dropped a few remixes and singles, and didn't have any full-length projects to show his talents or establish him as a serious artist just yet. For his next single, he linked up with Bronx rapper Lil TJ for the track Pop Out. This was a smart move for Polo to make, because it exposed his music to a whole new market in New York City. Lil TJ.
I ain't even know Lil TJ was out here having hits like that for real. Like, I only ever heard his name in like drama. Like, he got one song, something about somebody calling my phone or something. But I ain't heard no other tracks from Cuz.
TJ was at a similar point in his career, and both artists were able to expose their fans to each other's music. The New York drill scene is heavily influenced by Chicago, so it was a natural fit for both artists. The song blew up and peaked at number 11 on the Billboard charts. This led to offers from almost every major label, and he ended up signing with Columbia Records. He then released his debut project, Die a Legend, in June 2019, which featured both of his breakout singles and proved to the world that he was just not a one or two hit wonder, but a serious artist. It seemed like Polo was on top of the world, and he was on track to take over the rap game. But some of his old habits would catch up to him, and in August of 2019, he'd be sent to the hospital after overdosing on Xanax and ecstasy.
Doing drugs was so regular for me, it's like I damn near needed that to function throughout my day.
I ain't hear about
He
this.
posted a pic to Instagram of himself wearing a hospital bracelet, hooked up to an IV with the caption, "I got a little too lit last night and woke up in the emergency room, almost lost my life." The drug addiction that he formed to deal with the pressures of the streets had followed him into the music industry and almost took his life. Polo got lucky, and after that, he quit both ecstasy and Xanax cold turkey. He had also just had his first child in July 2019, which was a boy. He told The Breakfast Club in a recent interview that the birth of his son was a big part of the reason why he decided to get sober.
Knowing that I got my son, that I gotta slow down off that. And that made me quit X and Xanax altogether.
He wanted to be a good role model to his child and be a responsible father figure, which is not easy to do when you're on hard drugs. But the hospital visit was just a temporary setback.
I don't even know how he was doing the X and Xanax on a regular like that. Like ecstasy makes you depressed, bro. Like ecstasy, like when you do it, you feel amazing, but when you come down, you are depressed. So you have to just keep taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it. Well, I guess that makes sense. I guess he just never let himself come down. He just kept taking it, which is a horrible decision.
And after being released, Polo was right back on his grind. He returned to the music in February 2020 with his track Go Stupid, featuring Stunna 4 Vegas and NLE Choppa, produced by Michael
Stunna 4
Mayday.
Vegas.
The song became his second hit on the Billboard charts and peaked at number 60 on the US charts. He followed up on the success of that single with his second studio album, The GOAT, on May 15, 2020. The album was a huge success and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200, with 10 songs on the project also entering the Hot 100. The album featured guest appearances from Juice WRLD, Lil Baby, and BJ the Chicago Kid, and sold the equivalent of 99,000 albums in the first week. That same year, he was included on XXL's freshman class of 2020 and started his own record label called Only Dreamers Achieve through Columbia Records, signing Syracuse-based rapper Scory as his first artist. The following year, he was featured in the 2021
Syracuse.
Forbes 30 Under 30 list in the music category. He also released the track GNF, OK OK OK, and was featured on the soundtrack to the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. He was also featured on the song Fashion, featuring Pop Smoke, which was included on the soundtrack for the film Boogie, and collaborated with Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign for the song Headshot. The way that Polo was able to move seamlessly from the Chicago to Brooklyn drill sound without losing what made his music unique was part of what shot him to the top.
Polo G spitting though. I'm gonna say that, like, it's a reason why he rose up like the way he did. Like, he spitting like every song he get on, like, you can't ignore his verse.
2020, he released a snippet of a song with producer and social media influencer Einer Banks that quickly went viral on TikTok and other platforms. This track would later become the song Rap Star and was officially released to streaming platforms in April 2021. The track quickly shot up to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Polo's most successful release to date. He followed up with the song Gang Gang, featuring Lil Wayne the next month. Both singles were promotions for his third studio album, Hall of Fame, which was released in June and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 200, his first number 1 album. Everything was coming together for Polo G, and he was taking over the rap game, with every track and project doing bigger numbers than the last. But when you blow up that quickly, there's bound to be some trouble along the way. Even though Polo G had changed his ways and tried his best to stay away from the streets, that didn't save him from police harassment. On June 12, 2021, Polo G was pulled over and arrested after leaving a release party for his Hall of Fame album in Miami.
Rapper arrested. A night in Miami landing Polo G behind bars after a confrontation with
Antonio Torres. All right, 7,000.
$7,000 sale, and you see the date
I don't even know
there.
why they pulled him over.
police.
The vehicle the rapper was in got pulled over at the intersection of Biscayne Boulevard and Southeast 1st Street just before 1 a.m. Authorities claim that the traffic stop was due to the car's tinted windows. Police
You put me over for some tinted windows, bro? Some tinted windows? Come on, dog. It's nighttime. How you know how dark my tints is? You want to pull me over to pull out your tester to test my tints? Keep it real.
allegedly asked the driver
That's
to
not
roll
why
down
you
the
pulled me
windows,
over.
and he refused. A passenger inside the vehicle also allegedly told police that they weren't willing to lower the windows because the car was bulletproof. After that, the rest of the passengers got out of the car willingly, except Polo, who resisted. The cops actually tried to pull the rapper out of the car, but he wasn't going quietly, throwing punches and allegedly hitting an officer with his elbow. According to authorities, he told the cop, "I will kill you. I swear I'll use these fists to beat the shit out of you and knock your ass out." The officer who ripped Polo out of the car claimed to have suffered multiple injuries, including cuts and bruises on his forehead, chin, and cheek. After getting the rapper out of the vehicle, they also found 2 guns in a black bag. Florida has pretty chill gun laws, and Polo isn't a convicted felon, so he's permitted to carry a firearm for protection. But he was arrested for resisting arrest, battery on a police officer, criminal mischief, and threatening a public servant. He was brought to the Turner Guilford Correctional Center in Miami and released later the same day on a $19,500 bond. His 16-year-old brother was also taken into custody but later released. The Miami Police Department announced that they were launching an investigation into the arrest to ensure that proper procedures were followed. Polo G's mom, Stacey Mack, who was also acting as his manager, went on social media to let everyone know that her son was unfairly targeted and racially profiled. She claimed that he was not the one responsible for the tint on the vehicle's windows, as he was not the driver, but a passenger in a professionally licensed vehicle, and he was moving smart, just like he's supposed to be.
And they stopped them because they were driving while black.
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they got drivers for an event. He's in the back. You pull me over for some tents. This ain't my car, brother. I don't live in Miami. I'm not driving my personal vehicle. Why is you harassing me about some tents on a car that I don't own? You feel me? Nah, they knew what it was, bro. They knew it was Polo G. They knew it was Polo G in that car. They knew what was going on. And they just wanted to pull niggas over. They knew it was up,
Let's
bro.
keep in mind that they were driving.
Miami is tripping right now. Miami is targeting like every rapper, and they've been targeting rappers for a while. And I don't understand. They keep hitting rappers with cases. They keep hitting them.
In a licensed vehicle with security and a driver, okay? He wasn't even the person driving. Do you know how scary that is?
Fans on social media also started to question why Polo and his whole family were arrested and detained for minor charges that wouldn't have even happened if he hadn't been pulled over in the first place. After being released from jail, Polo took to Twitter to address the incident himself, claiming that one of the officers told us they was on us since we got off our jet, and they playing foul in Miami, and that been like that for a minute.
They
Polo
is
wasn't
playing
the only
foul.
rapper to recently
They
get
playing
arrested
foul.
in Miami.
Batman
Over Memorial Day
Kevo,
weekend, both Pooh Shiesty and the
Pooh
Baby were arrested in
Shiesty,
connection
the
with 2 unrelated
Baby.
shootings. The Baby was later released without any charges being filed against him, but his artist Wisdom is being charged with attempted murder. Pooh Shiesty is still fighting his case for allegedly shooting a security guard during a club performance.
New at 6, Lontrell Williams, also known as rapper Pooh Shiesty, will remain in jail for now. Williams was arrested for an incident at a South Florida gentleman's club where he's accused of shooting a security guard.
So, Polo was in line when he says that the Miami police have it out for rappers. Check out our video
They
on
do,
Pooh
bro.
Shiesty robbed, then shoots security guard for more info on this case. It doesn't seem like Polo is likely to face any consequences for this arrest, other than maybe a slap on the wrist. Lawyer money is not a problem for him, and at this point, it definitely seems like he was clearly targeted. Hopefully, Polo G can use this incident to make some dope music and turn a negative into a positive. He's already overcome so much and made it so far that a minor arrest like this can't stop him now. If you thought this video was crazy, be sure to check out our channel for more. From rappers ready for ops at shows to rappers exposed for fake flexing, we cover the most insane stories that you need to hear.
Anyway, yeah, bro. Subscribe to these folks. Hip Hop Daily, yeah. Hip Hop Daily. But yeah, man. I don't know what's up with Miami, bro. Miami is really tripping, bro. They is locking rappers up left and right, just like on some like, bro. Just even listen to that, bro. Listen to that. I'm in the back seat with a driver and security. I'm in the back. Even if he was in the front, which I don't think he was in the front. But anyway, I'm in the vehicle. There's a driver and a security in here. This ain't my car. You pull me over and harass me. I'm not driving. This ain't my car. I hired drivers and I hired a bulletproof vehicle on purpose. It's my album release and y'all do me like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, dog. Ridiculous. Anyway, it seemed like he wasn't really doing too much. Like, he wasn't really like, this is like his criminal history. He wasn't really doing that much, bro. Just a little something here and there, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't going too crazy like that for real. You know what I'm saying? At least he didn't get caught going too crazy. But yeah, shout out to Polo G though, Polo G5. But like always, man, if you like the video, leave a like for your boy. Leave a comment, you know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel about the video. Let me know how you feel about Polo G. Let me know how you feel about these folks pulling him over. Do you agree, disagree? I disagree. They shouldn't have put that man over. They targeted that dude, and they told him that they targeted him. You know what I'm saying? And as always, you know, subscribe to your boy, man, and I'll see you in the next one.